I live in a world full of people who are under the spell of religion, of what their personal God is. Some of them have completely relinquished any kind of ties because I am speaking blasphemy in their world. Why couldn't God just make magically everything be a utopian society? Because God doesn't exist. The higher power is you, which is the source of the universe, and you are your own personal God. Though we have little demigods out there, and because a person doesn't know how to find the information themselves, so they go and turn to a mini god out there and say, okay, you will be my God, and I'll pay you some money to be a mini god. The Vatican, Freemasons, they understand how to manipulate the usage word of God. That's why there's so many churches. That's why there's so many religions. And then that's how they direct people into thinking a specific way. Dogma, doctrines, and diets. And why we have cancer, disease, and chronic illness, and then why we have eventual death. Why don't you understand the power within you? The reason why your life is the way it is because you're the grand architect of your life and you allowed someone else to manipulate you and give away your power to them. But don't realize that you hold the power within you. So religion actually can be a very detrimental thing if you don't realize your own power, that you are your own personal God, not to be a God to somebody else. Where you want to go, your choice is ultimately your choice, not because of what I say or what I do or what I represent. It's holy crap. All humans are their own personal God. There's no reason to give your power away to somebody else. There's no reason to go worship somebody else. When you go to a church and you sing all these songs and you read everything out of the Bible, it's like you're casting spells because some of the things in the Bible, like honor your mother and father. What happens if your mother and father tried to destroy you? What happens if your mother and father try to guide your perception to where you think you're not able to do something? You really want to honor someone that puts limitations on you? Yeah, they gave me life, they gave me ability to be here, but I outgrew that portion of it. I now have my own mind. And some of the commandments in the Bible can be very manipulative. So if your mom and your dad are your God and they have a very specific thought process, it's very destructive to both body, mind, and spirit, what is there to honor when someone's destructive? Because at some point, we're going to have to evolve past giving away our power to someone else. And yes, the system is going to try to direct you. But remember, you have the power to recreate. You have the power to create and design your future. And when you live in the past, when you live in old doctrines and old ways, then you're going to have more of the same, which you're going to have intolerance, racism, just very destructive ways in our society. And you're seeing it. And so there must be at some point an evolution in our society. And that evolution is stop giving your power away to someone else. But if you don't know your own power, then yes, there's going to be a religion. There's going to be a certain kind of science that is going to be in place of your purpose because you don't know your own purpose. You haven't figured out your purpose. Then you'll be subject to somebody else's. And it's more than raise a vibration because raise your vibrations can go into the whole, be positive, be lovey-dovey, and use that positive and lovey-dovey to manipulate somebody into being something that maybe that's not who they are. And so it's giving people the opportunity to make the choices out there, not direct their thought process to where you're so dogmatic that you have to be positive, you have to be lovey, you have to be this, you have to be that. No, you don't have to be anything. You have to see that there is another avenue that you can take and you can juggle between the two. And that's why I say get out of all the different doctrines out there, all the little positive people, the empaths that go and just absorb every single energy and then they go and try to love bomb your friends and family. Oh, raise your vibrations, love bomb this person, love bomb that person. That's just as destructive as you telling someone that they're horrible and they're bad and they're wrong. And so this love between the mother and child is great for the child to develop, but at some point the mother has to evolve and the child has to evolve. And if they are destroying each other through belief systems, through love bombing each other, then what's the point? What is the point of love bombing people? Do you realize that when you actually release the excess program and all the spells that are cast upon you through politics, religion, and science, that you actually have the design, you can actually design your future, and you can give that to your kids and give them the power to design their future, or are you going to love bomb them to death? Literally to death. And that's what I see a lot in families is that they have love bombed their kids to death. They dote on their kids. They are so like, oh, I'm going to give you everything you could possibly want. So the kid has no incentive to do anything on their own because you have given them everything. And so that's like when you want a God to give you a utopian society, you want the God to make everything appear beautiful. No, it's got to be earned. It must be earned. And so that's why you're seeing so much craziness in the world, because so many people are trying to get to the end result of love and devotion and peace and prosperity and balance and health and wellness and whatever the hell that means. And they've never earned it. They want it just appear. They don't want to go through the hard work. And so humans have the ability to invoke destruction in their life, or they have the ability to invoke creation in their life. I'm telling you, you hold the power, guys. But if you don't know this, then guess what? You're going to have the grand architects like the Freemasons. Guess what? You're going to have the Catholic Church and all the churches and the ministers and all the different, self-proclaimed influencers out there to be your God, because you don't know your own potential. When you're dropping scripture all over the place, you're putting out there spells. You got to be more specific than raise your vibrations. And we have so many parroters of the same thing. All the people that are in the ascension world, the energy healing world, they all are parroting the same doctrines that come from the grand architects, the Vatican, all the pastors and the priests, and those that are using old doctrines to basically create more of the same. But people will put their power and say, okay, I don't have the power to do this, so I'm going to give my power away to you and just basically prop you up, but do nothing for myself. And so I have to kind of just like look at religion, and even in the Jewish religion, when they don't believe that Jesus was the Messiah, they believe that the Messiah is still yet to come. Well, hello, you are the Messiah. You hold the power to design your own life. You can be the grand architect of your personal life. But no, we have religions and politics and science that want you to give away your power, that want to exploit you. And you're allowing them to do it. It's easy to go and parrot. It's so easy. It becomes a natural thing. That's the reason why we have cancer, disease, and chronic illness, because they want to give their power away to the medical holistic establishment. They want to go find a guru. They want to go find, someone of a higher power to give their power away to tell them what to do. To have someone tell you what to do, then guess what? You have cancer, you have disease, you have chronic illness, you have death, you have destruction. Each other, no one understands each other, and then you have people that destroy each other through love bombing and hate bombing. And so, yes, that term, raise your vibrations, trigger the hell out of me, because I hear that so much in the empath healing world, energy healing world. Oh my God. I'm just like, have an original thought, you guys. Why do you keep parroting your friends and family? Have a freaking original thought. What's wrong with you learning how to develop your own platform? What's wrong with that? Why does it always have to be somebody else's platform that you have to regurgitate? But I understand there are regurgitators in our society. You're not an innovator. Dogma, doctrines, and diets are the 3 triple Ds of disease. Dysfunction. You can clear your gut, or else, yes, you're going to be parroting the same mantras, because all of that spells and all the programming in your body is making you be a parrot. It's making you give your power away. It's turning you into someone who is in conflict with other people all the time, But I don't tolerate regurgitators. The whole thing with the Bible, yes, those are doctrines that are pathways to disease. All the writings out there based upon somebody else's intention. And at some point, innovation must kick in at some point. Regurgitation is, we need more innovators in our society. It is really innovation. And that's the crux of where I'm coming from. All the unresolved issues, all the cancer, disease, and chronic illness, all the curses. So some will think, oh, Jillian's satanic, she's this, she's that, because you can't be your own God. Those are the regurgitators in our society. And so it does translate into cancer, disease, and chronic illness. You are your own God. If your God in the sky that is all perfect and all knowing and everything really existed, then you wouldn't be where you are today suffering. So the reason why you're suffering, why the world's suffering, is because humans don't know their own potential and they allowed somebody else to dictate their life. I'm the one that is the creator of my future. I've been given all of these options. You have to be the one to put everything together and have a specific outcome, or else it would already be done. We wouldn't be where we are today if an actual all-knowing, all-perfect God was out there that would put everything together for you, and you would have to do nothing except sit on your ass and watch Netflix. But the reason why the world isn't the way you want it to be is because you haven't figured out your own power. And you've given it away to a pastor, a priest, a religion, an organization, a political point of view, a holistic remedy, and whatever. And you've given away all your power to everyone else, and you have not actually retained your own power. It's leaking everywhere.